Greetings to you this day. This is Michelle Strickland, and I'm coming to you today with a daily devotional. I'll be coming out of the Bible, out of Hosea chapter 11, verse 1 through 12. Choose God this day. The bad guys, they sin. The good guys, we sin. We all sin. It's whom you serve. You don't have to be perfect. No one is. But that doesn't mean that we don't have to deal with our consequences, good or bad. None of us get away from that. You might have issues that you deal with for the rest of your life. But if you come over to God's team with it, He can help you to get through it. You don't have to be perfect. No one is. But let me say this. In both of the texts that I've been rotating my meditation and devotional, both texts have been referencing us being perfect. Like that's an option for us, So even though it might be too late because of our mistakes, we can still strive for perfection. You know what I mean? Even if we fall short, it gives us something to work toward, But let's don't get it twisted up and get all caught up and stuff, But the texts are telling us, encouraging us to be that, I'm just saying, I've read it, and I've recorded it. Love yourself. If you love yourself, if nobody else loves you, you'll be okay. And never give up on yourself. Never. If you lost everything you have, if you have yourself, you have everything. You can always rebuild. Now, Hosea is from the Old Testament. Okay, we're getting toward we're getting close to the end of the Old Testament, where the New Testament will be starting up, and in chapters and moving forward. But anyway, so let's deal with this today. Thank you for tuning in. When Israel was a child, then I loved him and called my son out of Egypt. As they called them, so they went from them. They sacrificed unto Balaam and burned incense to graven images. I taught Ephraim also to go, taking them by their arms, but they knew not that I healed them. I drew them with cords of a man, with bands of love, and I was to them as they take off the yoke of their jaws, and I laid meat unto them. He shall not return into the land of Egypt, but the Assyrian shall be his king, because they refuse to return. And the sword shall abide on his cities, and shall consume his branches, and devour them, because of their own counsels. And my people are bent to backsliding from me. Though they called them to the Most High, none at all would exalt him. Let me read that again. And my people are bent to backsliding from me. Though they called them to the Most High, none at all would exalt him. That's how it is right now. People don't want to give God his props, Everything there's bad things going on all over the world. But those of us who are blessed to not have to be going through a whole lot, you better be. I'm thankful. I pray all the time. I pray all through the day, all through it. Because I realize how serious this is. But let me just go ahead on. Because I could just be here for hours. Just shaking my head and just not saying anything. And just looking out the window mindlessly. Thinking about all this mess. But I'm not. How shall I give thee up, Ephraim? How shall I deliver thee, Israel? How shall I make thee as Admah? If I'm not saying the names correctly, please forgive me. How shall I set thee to Zebum? Let me say it again. How shall I set thee as Zeboam? Mine heart is turned within me, Mine heart is turned within me, my repentings are kindled together. I will not execute the fierceness of mine anger. I will not return to destroy Ephraim, for I am God, and and not man, the Holy One in the midst of thee. And I will not enter into the city. They shall walk after the Lord. He shall roar like a lion. When he shall roar, then the children shall tremble from the west. Lord God, have mercy on us. I pray. So, I mean, you know, I'm for what's right. Where whoever's talking about what's right. I'm for the right thing. Do I always do the right thing? No. But mostly I try to. They shall tremble as a bird out of Egypt, and as a dove out of the land of Assyria, and I will place them in their houses, saith the Lord. Ephraim compasseth me about with lies, and the house of Israel with deceit, but Judah yet ruleth with God, and is faithful with the saints. It's a lot. I just want people to just find God, you know, wherever you're at, while you still can. It's not a joke. It's not. There's good and there's evil. There is.